Hello and welcome to MEDT 7472, Introduction to Distance Education. I'm your professor, Dr. Allison Wilcox. In this course overview, we're going to cover why it's important to study online education. I'll also go over the overall structure of the course and how to navigate through the course-to-end course. I'll also cover what kind of activities we'll be doing inside this class, as well as some basic housekeeping information like how best to get a hold of me. So why should you be interested in studying online education? Well, for one, online teaching in K through 12 is growing. There's an increased demand for online teachers, and we saw this during the pandemic, obviously, but after the pandemic too. Districts are beginning to form their own virtual academies. There are statewide online K through 12 institutions and private proprietary K through 12 schools. But you should also care about online education because it can enhance your face-to-face teaching, and it can also prepare you for emergency remote teaching. So you should be able to take the skills you learn in this class and from MEDT 7472 and use them to improve or to supplement your face-to-face class. Next, it's a lucrative second career, so if some of you are approaching retirement and you don't think you can continue to teach in K through 12, this could be a fantastic second career. Industry figured out during the pandemic that, hey, it's a lot cheaper to train people online than it is to have them travel to a physical location and train them. And so now HR departments across the country want people who can design online learning, who can do online onboarding, and so the demand for e-learning is just booming. Next, if I don't think this applies to any of you, but if any of you are feeling burnt out in the K through 12 setting, these type of skills are an excellent way to transition out of a K-12 setting. So you could go work in private industry, you could work in higher education, someplace that really values your teaching skills and the craft you've honed in a face-to-face K-12 setting. And then finally, online course design and online delivery skills give you the opportunity to work remotely. And I'm not going to lie, the competition for remote jobs is fierce, but this is the skill set to have if you want to work remotely. In terms of the overall structure of the course, we have several modules to go over. And in fact, our first module really isn't listed. There's a Getting Started module that's occurring right now. But our first content module is called Best Practices in Online Education. And we cannot cover best practices in online education in a month. We are going to cover some of them. The culmination of this module is where you review an online course with a quality review instrument. We use something called Oscar, which is an open source course review rubric that we'll go over in more detail in another video. Module 2, you'll be learning how to design an online course, and so we're going to be sort of mapping out some modules, finding instructional materials, coming up with our learning objectives, figuring out what type of learning activities and how we would assess those learning activities in an online environment. In Module 3, we're actually going to begin to build our online course, and we're also going to learn about student support in online courses. And then finally for Module 4, we're going to do a peer review of each other's courses. So you'll be assigned a peer reviewer, and you will get access to their course that they've designed, and you'll be able to give them feedback using the same rubric we used for Module 1. Now that sounds like a lot. Don't worry, I will lead you step by step through this. This says course reflection on here. I am not going to make you do a course reflection this semester, so you're welcome. In terms of the types of learning activities we are going to do in this course, one thing we're going to do that might be different from the courses you've had previously is we're going to use a social annotation software called Perusal. It's actually an online platform. And this is a place where I have uploaded readings and asked questions on these readings, and we're going to read them together, and we're going to annotate the readings as a group. And most students report that they vastly prefer this over discussion boards. So we'll see what you think. There are going to be a few discussion boards in this class, and then there'll be a variety of assignments. So like the peer review assignment or assignments related to accessibility. There are 3 main projects in this course. The first is with Module 1, and that's the analysis of an online course or an online course review. So basically, we're going to be looking at a MOOC, which is a massively open online course, and you're going to go through the course and you're going to review it with a rubric to identify if it has online best practices in it. Our second big project is a written document. It's an instructional design plan, and we're going to work on it throughout Module 2. So by the time you get ready to write it, you've done most of the work. You're just putting it together at that point. And finally, in Module 3, you're going to build the course that you plan in Module 2. So as you're designing this course, we're getting ready to actually go into Canvas and build the course inside of Canvas. In terms of navigating this course, please use the content bar to navigate through the course. The course was designed for you to click on content, click on the first page of a module, and then use the arrow button to proceed through the module. The syllabus is located on the horizontal navigation bar. It's the second from the left. And you can find the course schedule in the Getting Started module. You'll notice there are things labeled A1, A2. These are activities. They are worth a small portion of your grade. The projects, which are worth more, are labeled with P and then a number. So P1, P2, P3, that's Project 1, Project 2, Project 3. So just in case you're wondering what all these random letters and numbers are, that is my naming convention. If you would like to get a hold of me, the best way to get a hold of me is at awilcox@westga.edu. This email comes to my phone, and I have my phone at all times, so it is the quickest and best way to get a hold of me. There is an internal messaging system in CourseDen, and I just want to let you know up front that I do not use that, and I think I state that in my syllabus as well. However, I am on campus on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I do take an hour lunch, typically around noon, and you can get a hold of me on my office phone during this time at 678-839-6154. In terms of due dates and any other errors you find in this class, I go to a lot of trouble to make sure that all the due dates are updated and correct. But it seems no matter how hard I work on this, I always miss something. So the course schedule is always the date that I will defer to. Whatever's on that course schedule goes. So if there's questions, look at the course schedule. If you see an incorrect date or a date that does not look right, please email me with enough information that I can fix it. So if you say that assignment 3 has an incorrect due date, that due date might be incorrect in a number of places. So if you could give me the actual URL or web address of where you saw it and give me details. Was it in the text? Was it in the CourseDen date? Let me know where you see it so I can go and fix that as soon as possible. So for synchronous sessions, I will offer 3 synchronous sessions this semester. They will be at the beginning of each module. If you cannot attend, that's okay. These are purely optional. If you have a question and you cannot attend a session, please feel free to email me and I will definitely answer that during the session. All of these synchronous sessions are recorded and they're going to be posted in announcements for you to watch after the fact. So if you need to find the Zoom address for these, you can find that by going to Tools in the horizontal toolbar and selecting Zoom, and all of the sessions should be listed there. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I am very excited to have you in my class this semester. I'm looking forward to seeing the online courses you design, and I hope you enjoy this class as much as I do. Thanks for watching, and take care.